Friday, Floss Tube. Hello, crafty friends. How's everybody doing today? My name's Caroline. Welcome back. I've got a notes from the workshop update video for you today. I thought I would just show you a few things first that have been in the shop for a little while, and then I'll get into a few new items in a moment. These are this beautiful stack of linen that I have here. These are what is left of the linens that are in the one-of-a-kind section. And so I thought I would just take you quickly through the stack, because sometimes when you can't see these things for yourself and all you've got is one picture on a website, it's really hard to tell whether or not you're going to like it. So I'll give you just a really quick overview of what they are. I think the colors, now they're not 100% because of course you're going to be viewing it through the eye of my camera, then through your monitor or screen. So they're as close as I can get, but at least you can see the movement of the modeling and anyways, get a bit better idea of what they are. So I've got them in order here of their numbers. So our one-of-a-kind section, it's got its own section in the shop called One-of-a-Kind Linen. And these are all Leo and Roxy Floss Co. linens. And this is what I have left yardage wise. So what you see in this stack is it. So if I've only got 1/4 yard left, then as you can see, number one, all I've got is 1/4 yard left. So number one, this is 40 count. It is a beautiful dark chocolate brown with a red undertone and some subtle modeling throughout. So a beautiful dark 40 count. And there's the other side. You can see all of our linens are repressed and folded before we ship them out to you. So I only have 1/4 yard of that left. There's only one piece left. At the moment, we only have our one-of-a-kind linens for sale in 1/4 yard cuts. Number two is sold out, so this is the last quarter that I have of one-of-a-kind number 3. This is a 32 count, and it's a beautiful sort of khaki green, khaki olivey green with a red, kind of like a clay red modeling. And again, 1/4 yard left. There's the other side. Got a bit more modeling on the inside there. Number 4 is a 28 count, and I still have the entire yardage remaining that Carrie brought for me. This is a 28 count. I've got 1 1/4 yards, and it is, again, it's a green with some brown undertones and that reddish clay again, but it's a 28 count. And I'd say it's probably more on the green spectrum than the 32 count was. The 32 count reads more like a brown green, whereas this 28 count is more of a green brown. Pretty descriptive, right? So again, you've got that modeling throughout. Every quarter is going to be different, very unique modeling. I think you can see a pretty good representation of, you know, how the yardage is throughout. Number 6, I think I have 1/2 yard, so I've got 2/4 left of this. This is a 36 count. It's similar. Again, you can see that these are all, I'll tell you what these were. A lot of these one-of-a-kinds were happy accidents when Carrie was trying to dye peanut brittle. We had some difficulty with some of the new dye stock that the dye powder, excuse me, and they just didn't come out the way that, sometimes that just happens. It just doesn't come out the way you hope it's going to. However, like I said, happy accident, because these fabrics, just because they're not peanut brittle, doesn't mean they're any less gorgeous. But that is why we've got, you know, quite a heavy stack here of greens with this particular modeling. So anyways, this is number 6. It is a 36 count. Again, that green, it's a slightly different green than what's showing up on the 32 count. think you can see the difference there. Okay, so that was number 6. Number 7, I only have a 1/4 yard left. This is again a 36 count, but this is a richer moss khaki color. So it is definitely a darker green throughout the yardage. It's only a 1/4 yard, so excuse me. So again, just 1 piece left of that. Number 9, I think I've got 2/4 left of this. Now this was a blank slate happy accident. Look at this. Look at this fabric. Look at that beauty. It is a dark blue with this greenish, bluish, purplish modeling. It's really hard to describe because it's not purple, it's not green, it's oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful. So that's number 9. It's a 32 count. I have 2/4 left. Now number 10, these 2 yards were similar enough that we called both full yards number 10. So I had 2 yards of this one of a kind. The modeling is going to be different on each piece. So it's very unique. What you get is going to be, you know, quite individual. There's not a lot of green in these. These ones are more into the brown red tones, but there is a faint green undertone to them. I think that makes sense. So you can see if I put that 28 count green next to it, that's kind of your difference there. So that is a 36 count, and I think I still have 1.5 yards left of that. Number 11 is a 36 count gorgeous red with some green modeling. I have a 1/4 yard. I've got 1 piece, 36 count. Again, that's number 11. And then number 12 is a 32 count red. Much less green modeling on this one than the 36 count. Can you see the difference? So this one looks like a more aged piece. And then the 32 count is a bit of a brighter red, still with beautiful modeling. I have two pieces left. There is the second piece. This one has a little bit more of that green undertone. So both pieces are unique. But again, from the exact same yard. So that's 32 count, number, one of a kind, number 12. Number 16 is, oh, I'm skipping ahead. I'm out of order here. So I've got 1/4 cut left of a 46 count. This is number 16. This is beautiful. Look at that. So you can see it's, I'm looking at my little camera screen. What in reality, it's a little bit warmer than what I'm seeing on the screen, but it's a gorgeous neutral. And I have 1/4 piece left. So again, that's number 16, one of a kind, and it's a 46 count. Backing up a bit, number 13, one of a kind, number 13. This is a 28 count. I've got 3/4 of a yard left, so I've got three pieces left. This is a cross in between that 32 count and the 36 count. So it's got that brighter red in the modeling, but then it's also got that dirty green, mossy olivey in there as well. So you can see, here's the difference. There's the bright 32. There's the dark 36. So I guess if anything, the 28 is actually pretty darn close to the 36. And again, the 36 count is number 11. The 32 count is number 12. That's the really bright one. Well, again, it's not bright. It's very difficult to use descriptive words about color. It was the same when I was teaching music lessons, without fail. Trying to describe sound and, you know, how to produce something when you're teaching something like that. It's very difficult. Anyways, I digress. This is, again, number 13, and it's a 28 count. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Look at that. Okay, so again, it looks like I've left some clippings here. I've got some thread bits on my last one of a kind. Last one of a kind is a one of a kind Ada. This was a pink that when Carrie was dyeing Pirouette, she had 4 yards of a 16 count come out quite a bit brighter than this. This just needs a lint roller taken to it to get those bits off. It's quite a bit brighter than the Pirouette that we needed for the squirrel design, and that's why this is being sold as a one of a kind. This color is almost impossible to photograph. So the photo on the website is it's not very flattering, to be honest, because the linen in person is really, really pretty. So if you're a fan of pink and you like 16 count Ada, this might be for you. Okay, so that was what I had to show you in the one-of-a-kind linens. So now I'm going to tidy up my workspace, grab a cup of coffee, and then I'm going to move on to some new things that we have in the shop. Okay, so welcome to one-of-a-kind linen number 18. I have 12 gorgeous yards of a 36 count linen that was supposed to be porcelain, but it did not. It's not light enough. We've been using the Leo and Roxy Floss Co. porcelain fabric for the Rejoice Evermore by Brenda Gervais conversion, floss conversion that we've got. And this linen was just, you can see, it's just a little bit darker. There's more modeling in here, but it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. And it's so perfect for some of the other charts that we carry that we've decided to list it as a one of a kind. Again, it is all 36 count and I've got 12 yards of it and it's beautiful. So let me show you what would look good on it. This right here, and in fact, you're going to notice that this is all going to be a Quaint Rose Needlearts shout out, because first up, see that beautiful floss? That is Mary Amelia's bird. And this is the floss pack. This is the thread pack conversion that we did, that Ellen, my friend Ellen Reed of Maximum Cross Stitch Power Hour, it's her conversion, it's her floss conversion, and that is the floss pack that goes with it. You can see we think those colors, I think those colors look amazing on it. So that is that chart. But then look what else would look amazing on it. Another Rejoice Evermore, but this was an original sampler design done by Macey of Quaint Rose Needlearts, and I love that cow. Now my shop model is done on a cut of peanut brittle, one of the original dye lots of peanut brittle, and so it's a beautiful dark fabric, and then it was done with chalkboard, or no, that was done with charcoal floss. However, if you prefer a lighter linen, you really could not go wrong with this particular cut if 36 count is your jam. Now let me show you this floss. This is one of the new flosses that we've listed in the last month. We've got some new dark browns added into the collection. And this one, I've got 2 new browns to show you today. I'm going to show you the second one a little later. So this one here is called Brunette. This is, again, everything that I'm showing to you today is Leo and Roxy Floss Co. Evertote is the exclusive seller of all of the Leo and Roxy Floss Co. products, and that is Brunette. So you can see it is a super rich, dark brown. Get it nice and close. Make sure that my focusing is going to be at its best. Isn't that beautiful? It's a really rich dark brown. The name Brunette is really perfect for it. and it looks phenomenal on this linen. So I think that that chart would be so fun. Now the other chart, the other monochromatic chart that I have of Macey's is the EB 1859. Now it's done as a red sampler. Macey's stitched this as a red sampler, but there's no reason why you couldn't do it in a different color. Though one of our other new colors, this was a Floss Club color that has now been released into our regular collection. It's called Sugar Plum. I think it was March. It was from March or April. I can't remember. Maybe it was March. But it is available now for everyone. So it's called Sugar Plum. It's one of my new favorites. I love it. It is so pretty. So if you wanted a softer version, not a bright red sampler, I highly recommend Sugar Plum. I think that would be really beautiful, and it looks amazing on this linen. Let me show you a larger sampling. So if you've got, so there's Sugar Plum. Pretty nice, right? And there's Brunette. There's Brunette right there. And the last design I've got to show you of Macey's that I think would be perfect on this linen is actually, it's a brand new chart that we have from Macey that she actually designed specifically with Leo and Roxy floss. So this is one of Macey's brand new designs. It's called Quaint Quakers Spring, Quaint Quakers #1 Spring. And Macey has plans to do all 4 seasons using Leo and Roxy Floss Co. floss, which is amazing because I don't know if you've seen this chart yet on either Macey. Macey has a floss tube as well, Quaint Rose Needlearts. I'm going to link to her floss tube in the drop down box below. So I only carry the physical charts. If you prefer PDFs, you can actually get those through Macey's Etsy shop. I only carry the physical copies. So look at those pigs. Look at the pigs. This is a must stitch for me. I love it. Isn't that amazing? It's gorgeous. And look at how good it would look on this linen. Let me show you the floss pack. So here's the floss pack. Sorry about the crinkling, it's all packaged up. So with the magic of recording, I'm going to snap my fingers and I'll get the floss out so that I can show it to you. Okay, here's the floss pack. I think that is so pretty. It's perfect. It's just perfect. I love it. Just quickly, the colors are, all right, we've got charcoal, ochre, asparagus, artichoke, arugula, oyster, tickled pink, flamingo, and raspberry puree. Now, Macey charted this. She stitched the model on a piece of 40 count linen. And even on 40 count linen, using 1 strand of floss over 2, you still need 2 skeins of the black floss, which is charcoal. So if you're planning on stitching this 1 over 2, and that's how we've done up our floss packs. The floss packs are sufficient for 1 over 2. If you are a stitcher who you love this package, you want to get the 36 count linen that you see here, but you like stitching 2 over 2 on a 36 count, you're going to want to buy some extra charcoal. You're going to want to get some extra charcoal because you're going to need, I would get an additional 2 skeins so that you've got 4. Because as you can see, there is a lot of charcoal in the chart. So I would get, if you're planning on stitching this 2 over 2, you're going to want to purchase an extra 2 skeins of charcoal floss. You should have enough to do 2 over 2 with all of the other colors that already come in the pack. I hope that makes sense. Again, if you have any questions, ask me in the comment section below. Okay, so that's it for linens and 2 of the 3 flosses that I wanted to show you today. I've got some new bags to show you today that I've been, if you know me well, you know that this fabric sung to me. I had to buy this fabric. We had to make bags out of it. I love them. So let me just go and get them and I'll share them with you. Did you guess? Did you guess it was coffee? If you did guess coffee, you would have been right. We have 3 different coffee fabrics now in the shop. So, and a new brown Leo and Roxy Floss Co. floss in the colorway Espresso. So that is, there's a good close-up of Espresso. Isn't it good? Yeah, it's so good. Now let me show you so you can see them beside each other. This is brunette and Espresso side by side. There. Gorgeous. So we have an option on the bags if you want to add 3 skeins of the new Espresso floss. It's a variation in the listings that you can either buy the bags by themselves, or you can add on 3 skeins of floss. So Espresso, new floss, love it. So here's fabric number 1. This bag is paired with the coffee bean notion pouch. And I believe Hannah has labeled these as the light roast bags. Now we've got the lining on these bags is the coffee stain print. Isn't that awesome? That's so fun. Luna's wandering around behind me, so if you hear creaky floors and ticky dog nails, that's what that is. So this comes in a medium flat, the large flat, and also the wedge tote version. Wedge totes fit an 8-inch square Q-snap. I think, yeah, same. Okay, so that is the light roast bag. Then we have the dark roast version. Isn't that great? Yeah, so good. And this coffee art print. Again, with this one has the coffee ring fabric as a notions pouch, and it's got the coffee ring. No, actually, sorry. These samples, these were mixed up. So I have got 4 bags that have different lining. The coffee print one is we used for the majority of the light and dark roast bags, and then the coffee art bags have the coffee ring notion pouch and the plain. Plain is always such a funny word because plain meaning no print, but not plain meaning not beautiful. This color matches exactly the caramelly color that's in the coffee, and it's perfect. So that is the lining that is in the majority of the coffee art bags. I think these are the Thanks a Latte. Aren't they great? And of course, both of these also come in wedge tote. I love this one. Look at this. Isn't that awesome? There's the corner there. Yeah, those are so good. So fun. So anyways, I hope that you enjoyed following along with me today for some of the one-of-a-kind linens and the new bags that I am just thrilled to bits with. I am definitely going to have to keep one of each for myself. So that's it for me today. I will say goodbye now. There's the difference between brunette and espresso. Good. Yeah. And if we put, watch this. I have the best job. I really do. I do not take this for granted that I get to do this. Look at that. Look at Sugar Plum in there. Isn't that nice? Yeah. Okay, so that really is it for me. Happy Friday, everyone. I hope that you're well. I hope that you're safe. And I hope that you have some fun crafting to enjoy this weekend. And have a great weekend. And I'll see you on Tuesday for the next floss tube. Happy stitching, everyone. Take care.